Corrupt police officers are everywhere, ignoring the laws and wrongfully charging innocent civilians. But what happens when they're finally held accountable? Here are 4 times corrupt officers ignored the law and instantly regretted it.
Since we're beyond that, how fast was it?
I really can't answer that question.
Well, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. It's a warning, so I'm just curious what it says.
I understand, but there's a formality that's got to take place there.
Starting with the case of James, a man who found himself falsely accused of speeding by a corrupt officer and was about to absolutely humiliate him.
Howdy.
Roll us down all the way, man.
Why is that?
Roll it down all the way so I can talk to you better.
We can talk, right? I mean,
roll it down all the way. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
What law is that?
Why are you starting this, man?
Well, you're telling me to roll my window. We can talk, right?
Yeah, roll it down more.
But why?
So I can talk to you better, man. I'm not gonna talk to you through a crack like this.
We can talk.
I'm not trying to be rude to you, anything like that.
I'm really not trying to be rude to you either, but...
So what's the deal? Why don't you want to roll it down all the way?
Because I don't have to.
You want to?
You
just trying to be difficult?
I'm not trying to be difficult. Do you want my license registration?
Yeah, if you don't care.
What's the reason for stopping me?
First off, okay, I'm Trooper Jackson Little with the Arkansas State Police, okay?
I appreciate that.
The reason I'm pulling you over is speeding. You know how fast you're going?
I do.
How fast were you going?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, I got you going 87 in the 65, man. That's a little quick.
I got this dash cam here.
Yeah.
And it records my speed.
Okay, how fast does it say you're going?
I'm not going to answer that question, but
okay.
I know it wasn't that. This is
okay.
Registration,
how fast
insurance.
Do you think you were going,
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I'm really not trying to be difficult with you, sir.
So what's the deal then?
Well, what deal?
Why are you just being so defensive and argumentative?
With what?
Everything I'm saying.
Well, I don't believe...
I'm not being cooperative by rolling the window down. It's not a huge deal. I'd like to talk to you better, you know.
I think that we're talking fine, though, aren't we?
We were, but
it's not... Well, hold on.
When you're pulled over, you're allowed to roll the window down just far enough to pass documents and communicate clearly with an officer. Both James and the officer know this, but the officer pretends that he doesn't.
So you don't think you were speeding?
I don't want to answer any questions regarding that.
Why not?
It's
not a huge deal, man. It's just speeding.
I get it, and I don't think it's a huge deal to not.
Something, you know, if you don't think you're going that fast, something could be wrong with your car or something, man. You know, you never know that.
2021.
Nothing like that, man.
I'm not trying to be rude either.
I know you're being nice now, so I appreciate that.
Well, I feel like I've been nice.
Yeah, it's the deal is, man. We go, you know, if you give us signs by not being cooperative by the little things.
We're not cooperating?
Just listen. Let me talk, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Those little things can mean a lot sometimes, man. For all you know, you could be trying to hide something, anything like that. So those are just little clues. I'm not saying you are. Not accusing you.
Well, we're just operating within the bounds of the law right now, aren't we? Are we just operating within the bounds of the law right now?
We are.
Then.
But those are just little clues, man. I mean, it's kind of weird when you don't want to roll your window down on the way. It's just a little weird, man.
It's a little weird that you're just demanding I do something. You said that you're not asking, you're telling me, and you don't have the legal grounds to tell me to roll my window all the way down. That's the only thing. That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Do I have to roll my window down?
I can make a bigger deal out of that. I'm not going to, though.
Do I have to roll my window down all the way? Is that a law?
I do what I asked, man.
Is that a law?
And if you think that's violating whatever, we can take it to court.
We can take that one to court. That is not a law that I have to have my window all the way down.
Like that. But like I said, it's speeding, man. It's not a huge deal.
And I understand that, and that's why I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, because you were telling me to do something that I don't have to.
I can tell you to do whatever I want. If you think it's violating,
you can tell me to do whatever you want.
If you think it's a violation of whatever thing you're talking about, we can take it.
Well, I don't think you violated anything right now.
Okay, yeah. Good deal.
No, I don't. I think we have a disagreement on what the law says on the window.
What's the deal, man? Honestly, like what?
Well, there's zero deal.
Okay, so just what?
You've got me stopped.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of speeding, you say?
Yeah.
I've handed you my documents. I'm doing everything I'm legally required to do.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you think I have a deal.
I just don't. Why can't you just really like what's so hard about just click?
Well, what's wrong with you said that so we can talk, but we're talking right now. So
there's nothing
what
wrong
other reason is there?
I'm just curious, honestly, why you can't just roll it down all the way.
I
don't know why don't
I'm just curious of why you're so stuck on it.
It just blows my mind. Like, why can't you just roll it down all the way, man? Like, what's?
It blows my mind that you can't let it go. I thought we moved past this.
It's just a little funny to me, man. I'm behind the whole cop thing. I'm just kind of curious why you won't do it.
I just don't think that I am legally obliged to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying beyond that, why don't you just want to? Like, What's the big deal? You see, like, are you afraid or what?
I like my window. Well, I think that, yeah, a man approaches my car with a gun and...
Yeah, I'm not here to hurt you or anything like that.
I fully believe that, you know, but I'm allowed to have my defenses up, right? Do you believe I'm going to hurt you?
No, I don't.
But you got your defenses up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a natural
all the stuff
thing.
going on, I guess it's
Sure,
kind of natural.
yeah. I have nothing against you as a person.
Yeah, but
I'm just...
You gotta think, man, not every cop's a bad cop, so I'm not here to hurt you like that, man.
And I'm fully on the side of the police.
Yeah.
But I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I have my ways I gotta do things.
Yeah.
The fact that driving 16 miles per hour over the speed limit is punishable with both a ticket and points makes all false accusations a big deal, especially when you add in the increase in insurance.
Put your stuff back, man. Here's what we're doing, okay?
All right.
Your record looks pretty dang good. I didn't see a speeding warning or ticket on there, okay?
Okay.
I'm you off with the warning, okay?
I really
you don't think
appreciate
you're going that fast, but radar said you were, but I'm not writing you a ticket.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you're on radar, because I'm not lying to you. I wasn't going that fast.
How fast? Since we're beyond that, how fast was it?
I really can't answer that question.
Well, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. It's a warning, so I'm just curious what it says.
I understand, but there's a formality that's got to take place there.
What do you mean formality?
My right to remain silent on things.
I'm not going to walk back there and rewrite a ticket, man. I can promise you that. I'm just curious.
I can promise I won't answer the question.
You have my word. I'm not going to do that. I promise you. That's on camera. That's on my camera.
And you got camera?
I do.
Do you run body cam?
No, we run a body mic.
So okay.
See, we're troopers.
Yeah.
We don't go into houses, anything like that, really. So
right. You're
there's really no need for everything's on camera right here, so there's no need for me to have a body camera like this. But
I think that body cams help police as well as citizens.
Yeah, some state agencies have it.
Yeah, I think that
ours doesn't.
I get it. Yeah,
Arkansas is behind. Getting some, but do what?
Arkansas is just behind on everything.
I mean, something like that. There's been talks about us getting some, but like I said, we do just everything right here in front of the car. So I mean, there's some pluses and negatives too. I mean, like it can help you in court. You know, if you had a body cam right here to prove something did not like. If we were to go off and get in a fight way over there or something like that, that could help us out there. But
sure,
like I said, we're troopers, so everything's right here at the car.
Sure.
Usually, but we don't go in the house and stuff like that. So
it makes sense.
But yeah,
it makes sense.
But yeah, man, what's your name again?
My name's James.
Okay, nice to meet you, man. I'm Jackson. Nice to meet you.
You too. What was your badge number?
587.
587. Is any of that going to be on the?
Oh, let's see. It should be. Yeah, name's right there. Badge number's right there. Okay.
Perfect, man.
But yeah, besides that, man, I know that you don't think you're speeding. My radar said you were, but just be careful, okay?
Absolutely, and you too, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, not every cop's bad, man.
No,
we're here to keep you
I
safe,
think the majority of police are good.
Yeah.
The saying goes, "A few bad apples spoil the bunch."
Yeah.
And I think that's a bad case of what's happening.
I can understand why you'd be, a little defensive of a cop walking up to you and stuff. But,
sure.
But man, I'm not here to hurt you. I can promise you that.
I got you.
Came down.
And I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
So.
I believe that, man. That's why I'm not making a big deal out of it. But
cool.
I'm just saying sometimes the little things like that give us clues. I mean, you're not a bad guy, so that's not the case here. But
sure,
those little things, sometimes mean a lot more than what's just a little thing. So just
absolutely,
just keep that in mind, man. Some guys might not be as nice about it as me, but
sure,
clearly I'm saying you're clearly not a bad dude. So
I try to function within the bounds of the law. You know, that's it.
Yeah, some guys, they might have sat here and made you get out of the car and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, you're clearly not a bad guy, so I'm not going to make a huge deal out of it. But just
and I appreciate that.
Keep that in mind. Some guys might not take that the same as I did. So just
I got you.
But I appreciate it, man. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
You have a good day.
Yeah. You too.
The officer continued trying to get James to admit that he was speeding, but as the officer realized he was being recorded, he seemingly changes from bad cop to good cop. In the end, James was free to go and didn't receive a ticket nor any warning, thanks to knowing his rights. But if you thought false accusations of speeding were bad, then you don't know about the case of Anthony Parker Sr., who sued the Louisville Police Department for $75,000 after officers pulled over and assaulted him over a turn signal.
All times, all right? Don't put your hands in your pockets in the front.
I'm not, bro.
Go next.
Come pull my hands up.
Yeah, I'll get them for you.
Okay, thanks.
So no, you get in trouble. You might have a check real quick.
On August the 12th of 2018, officers pulled over a black couple, Anthony Parker Sr. and Demetra Furman, along with their child, after Anthony had allegedly forgotten to use his turn signal.
What's up, man? How much y'all doing today?
church.
I just leaving church? Awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry, 'cause you didn't use your turn signal. You was already over in the...
I got to do it like that for it's broke.
I got you. That's the reason why, man. That's the only reason, man.
That's the only reason.
Do what?
That's the only reason.
Yeah, just because your turn signal.
Okay.
Are there any weapons or drugs in the car or anything like
I
that?
just left church, got my son with me, my baby car.
So there's no guns in the car?
No.
Any knives?
No.
No narcotics like that? Awesome. Man, your hands are shaking like a leaf, brother. Even your face is. I just like people to be honest and straight up with me, all right? Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir. My license is...
Okay, awesome.
I paid the reinstatement fee.
Yes, sir.
To take the license.
Is it? Okay, awesome.
I don't have no...
Is this your vehicle or somebody else's?
It's hard.
Is this your son or?
It's not the first time that Anthony is getting stereotyped, and at this point, he visibly can't stand it anymore.
Man, before I have you exit the vehicle, you have any weapons on you? Any guns? Awesome, man. We're mainly concerned about that.
Just left church.
Hey, I'm gonna get him out, I'm gonna get Dad out, and we're gonna go to the back, and then we'll get you out here in a second, okay? All right, man, when you exit the vehicle, keep your hands visible at all times, all right? Don't put your hands in your pockets in the front.
I'm not, bro.
Go next one.
Come pull my pants up, too.
Yeah, I'll get them for you.
Okay, no.
Okay. So nothing on you get in trouble, you might have a check real quick?
Go ahead.
Anything in the car gets you in trouble?
Man, nothing.
You need a mile get check, right?
Man.
Appreciate it. We'll get you Department 3. Spread feet a little bit more for me. Spread your feet. Oh, yes, I think. All right, sir, we're just gonna come back to the rear of the car. All right, big guy. Hey, I'm gonna have you hop out with Dad and everybody, okay? So hang out right next to him. Just hang out with Dad.
As an officer proceeds to search the vehicle, the other officer questions Anthony and his family while they're standing on the side of the road. Judging by Anthony's facial expression, it's obvious that this is humiliating for him. But little did the officers know that they would be the ones humiliated in the end.
Yeah, you want to stand up on this side, that's fine. Right here's good.
I just left church. Man, just left. I got my I'm a bass guitar player, man. Just left evening service.
Oh, okay. Is your phone working?
Yeah.
Mine's dead. I'm sorry.
Where's the church at? We just left First thing, past the Leroy Oaks. Ain't been gone 30 minutes. I'm on my way to Shack.
At this point, the officers begin to realize that they're screwed and are desperately searching the car for any incriminating evidence. The blunt wraps commonly used for smoking marijuana seem to give officers a glimmer of hope.
Down there.
I got a little something there. What kind are they? Down here, good.
Happy Open 800s over here.
Right there. I'm not sure if they may. I know he got down their information, wrote it down. What'd you say? Wait for me.
Without any proper evidence, officers could not arrest nor detain Anthony, and he would be let go.
I got to double push my
There's
hazard.
a lot of the Monte Carlos like
Yeah,
that, man.
I got to double push the hazard. Like sometimes it'll work. You know, you hit it like normal. But then sometimes I got to double push the hazard for the clip to even come in. So that's probably what happened. Like I didn't even know I didn't use it. I used it, but I didn't know it didn't come on.
Okay.
Never mind.
You good?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, man. I'm not gonna harp on the OL or nothing like that.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. You guys are good to go.
All right.
But Anthony didn't forget this by any means. Officers initiated the traffic stop over a turn signal, but upon review, the footage clearly showed a turn signal being used. This desperate attempt of the officers to find guns and drugs did not work out, and the city of Louisville had to pay this couple a whopping $75,000. And much like Anthony, officers would quickly regret pulling over this next suspect.
That you don't know any violation and you wanted my license.
You were speeding.
I was not speeding.
That's your interpretation and mine.
No, that's the f***ing truth because it said 16 miles an hour.
Back in 2021, Officer Gilpin from the police department in Victoria, Virginia, initiated a traffic stop, accusing this driver of speeding.
Sir, I'm Officer Gilpin, Midland Police Department, sir. Ma'am. And so the reason why you got pulled over as you passed me, I noticed you had your phone up.
No, my phone's right here.
Well, maybe it was my mistake then I stand corrected.
Have a good day.
No, you're not pretty good. You seem to be in a hurry, sir.
Was I speeding?
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Okay, you weren't speeding?
No, sir.
All right, your license, please.
Do you have me clocked for speeding or did you pull me over for that? Because that's the first time you told me you pulled me over for that. Now you're telling me speeding.
Let me start over. Okay.
Please do.
The moment the video begins, it's clear this is not the first time the officer has stopped this man.
Okay.
You have a
so
supervisor?
I do have a supervisor. So
Why don't you get him out
please.
here?
Your license, please.
What did you clock me at?
Sir, I did not clock you.
Exactly. So I wasn't speeding because I saw you whenever I turned off of Garfield, and I am obviously not going to speed past a cop. Whenever I passed you, I was going 16 miles an hour. It's 25 on these roads, 20 or 25 on these
supervisor
roads.
is quite a distance away. I'm gonna give you a warning, let you go. You want to talk to me, supervisor?
Great.
All right, I'll call my supervisor.
So you're holding me here
You asked for a supervisor. I'm
because you're asking for my license for no reason because I wasn't speeding. I'm not going to give you my license unless I was speeding.
All right. So you want to?
So if you're good with it and I can drive away, I don't need your supervisor. Okay. But if you want my license and you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment, you're absolutely getting your supervisor.
Do you want me to call my supervisor?
Do you want my license?
Yes, I want your license.
Your supervisor.
Okay. All right. 13.
This is one of many reasons why it's important to know your rights. If the driver gave the officer his ID, a fine for speeding would be inevitable, even though the officer actually used no radar and only estimated the speed of the vehicle as 27.5 miles per hour, which, by the way, the speed limit in that zone was 30 miles per hour, showing just how clueless Officer Gilpin is.
Sir, those are fellow officers, not my supervisor. Supervisor outside of town, so he's coming over, okay?
Great use of resources there.
I'm sorry?
Great use of resources there.
Okay, you asked for a supervisor, so.
Well, because you're trying to violate my Fourth Amendment.
Sir?
Are you or are you not? Why do you need my license if I wasn't speeding? If I didn't commit an infraction, why do you need my license?
Visually.
You can't pace from sitting still. You cannot pace from
Sir,
sitting
I'm not
still.
gonna argue with you, okay?
Well, then prove your point.
So let me
How do you know I was speeding? I'll sit here and shut up. You tell me how you know I was speeding.
Visually, you came up rapidly behind me. You were speeding. My interpretation, I didn't get your radar, so that is why I told you you were speeding. Okay?
You don't know that, so you
talk?
don't get my license.
You don't have to give me a license. You want a supervisor? I asked you. I was gonna give you a verbal. Let you go. You want my supervisor? My supervisor's on his way. So that's where.
No. You wanted my license to give me a verbal. This all would have been done if you wouldn't have said you needed my license for nothing.
You heard what I said? All right,
that you don't know any violation and you wanted my license.
You were speeding.
I was not speeding.
That's your interpretation and mine.
No, that's the truth, because it said 16 miles an hour on. I'm telling the truth. You wanted to ID me. You guys don't like it when citizens don't bow down to you.
So you don't have to bow down to me.
Then let me be on my damn way without violating my Fourth Amendment.
You can argue and say what you want to say.
Get out of my face, dude.
At this point, the driver knows Officer Gilpin is violating his Fourth Amendment and is having none of it.
Why do you have me stop right now?
You want me to start over?
And I will too.
Okay,
and
sir.
we can shake hands and be done. I will calm down.
Sir, I'm calm. Exactly. Sir. So I'm driving. I saw you behind me. I saw the phone up. I thought you had your phone in your hand. Okay? So I pulled you over because of the phone. When I came up to here, you corrected me and told me, and you're right, it's on the mount. You said it was on the mount. I said, sir, I stand corrected. Exactly.
Have a good day. You're on your way.
No, and I said you were speeding. You said we're going to start over. That's where
we're starting over, but you're still wrong. We can start over, but you're still wrong.
You can be right. We can all be going back and forth. I'm just explaining. You asked me to start over. So I said you were speeding. You came up behind me. I pulled over, visually caught you speeding. You said you weren't speeding. Okay, that's your interpretation, and you're the driver. You have the right to say what you believe is the truth. I can't dispute what you say is the truth. I'm just saying what I saw and what I interpret, and I did not get you on radar. You're exactly right. I did not. So I said you were speeding. I asked your license. You said no. You said I'm violating your Fourth Amendment.
Absolutely.
I said, okay. You said you want a supervisor. I said, okay, I was going to give you a verbal and let you go. I said, my supervisor's on the side of town. I can call him if you want the supervisor, and I did.
If you got to have that license, I want to talk to the supervisor.
And that's where we are. So at the end of the day,
I'm
not trying to violate your Fourth Amendment right.
But you're holding me. But you are.
Sir, and I told you again.
You're in a gray area right now, right?
What's the gray area?
You are detaining me right now.
Yes.
For invoking my Fourth Amendment.
It has nothing to do with Fourth Amendment.
It does, because you don't get that license unless I made an infraction.
It has something to do with me having probable cause that you have violated.
I'll tell you what, you go back there and write a ticket for me speeding, and we can meet in court, but only if you write a ticket for to yourself for not using a blinker whenever you got over. When you got over right here and I passed you, no blinker used. So if you write a ticket to yourself for not blinkering, for not signaling to get over, you can write a ticket to me too.
Get over where?
Right here, whenever you parked right here.
When you got behind me. I get over in?
You got over to park.
There's only 2 lanes.
You got over to park.
I did not get over to park. So again, it's your interpretation, my interpretation.
If only we were able to write tickets to officers in situations like this one. It's moments like these that clearly show the lack of training and abuse of power that many officers exploit.
Okay. I'll take the ticket if you want to write yourself one.
I'm not going to write myself a ticket.
Yeah, because the state can never be wrong.
The state can be wrong.
You're wrong right now, buddy.
And I did not pull
You're wrong right now. You pulled me over for that phone.
It's a single lane.
You pulled me over for that phone and you were wrong.
And I corrected myself. I told you.
But you still got to get that license. It's like crack to you guys. I don't understand that. You got to have it. Let me have that license. I don't want as a citizen, I don't want my information entered into a database any more than it has to be.
And sir, okay, you can say that. I wasn't even going to enter. I was going to look at the license and give you a road.
You don't, but you don't get to do that unless I've done something wrong.
Sir, my interpretation again.
So you think that? How fast do you think I was going?
You're going over 10% over the speed limit.
You're out of your mind, bro.
Sir, my interpretation.
You're out of your mind. So if the speed limit here is it 20 or 25? I was doing 16.
That's
Is it 20 or 20? Is it 20 or 25 right here?
If you say you're doing 16, that is your interpretation.
Is it 20 or 25 right here?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't know.
No, you tell me.
You don't.
When an officer doesn't know what the speed limit is in the area he's pulled a car over for speeding in, he is literally begging to be fired.
Either way, so if it's 20,
25.
10% over would be 22.
If it's 25, 10% over is 2.5 miles.
Yeah. Okay, so 27.5.
Yeah.
So you visually saw me going 27.5 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
You need to get recalibrated, man.
Okay. Your interpretation of recalibration, then it's fine.
You're in the wrong.
Sir,
You're in the wrong.
We're going to argue. And
You're in the wrong.
just wait
There's
till
no argument because you're in the wrong.
We're arguing right now. We're talking.
There's no argument. I'm telling you what the truth is.
But
I'm being arrested by my government for doing nothing wrong because you have to have my ID.
Because you violated traffic offense, yes.
No, I didn't.
Again, your interpretation.
You're a liar, dude. Don't come back up to this car. Get your supervisor. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Anyway, like
Not talking to you anymore. You're a liar.
It doesn't take a genius to know that accurately measuring the speed of a passing vehicle cannot be done without the use of proper equipment. Although this should be obvious, Officer Gilpin made it even more obvious here that he desperately needs to go back to the academy.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, how you doing?
What can I do for you, man?
I'm wondering why I'm still here.
Well, apparently you called for a supervisor.
Because he wants my license when I have committed no traffic infraction. When your officer first got up to this vehicle, he said he pulled me for this.
Okay.
Because that's up there. When that was wrong, then he tells me that I'm speeding. I know for a fact I wasn't. I looked down at 16. The whole time I was behind him and past him, I looked down, I was 16 miles an hour.
Okay.
But he wants to get my license. He already told me he hasn't clocked me. He estimated my speed from a standstill, which you can't pace from a standstill. He says I'm going 10% over the posted speed limit.
Okay.
From a standstill, he knows this. I'm not giving up my license unless you're threatening to take me to jail.
Okay.
I'm not the war you guys want right now with all y'all have going on. I was going 16 miles an hour, but I'm not going to let him violate my Fourth Amendment when he was wrong.
Okay. So what do you want now? What is it that
I want to be unmolested for my government and on my way.
Okay.
It's not funny.
Well, I mean, you sat here waiting for me.
Because he wouldn't let me go.
Okay. All you need to do is verify that you have a driver's license.
Not going to do it. He doesn't have a reason to see it.
Well, now, yeah, actually, we do have a reason to see
What
it.
reseason is that?
Because we can actually stop you to check your driver's
No,
license.
you can't.
Yes, we can.
Not unless I've committed an infraction.
No, we actually can. I searched the traffic code. It'll tell you right there. But that's all he wanted to verify. He's going to send you on your way.
No.
So, go. I'll let you go. Go.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Wilson.
Wilson. Badge number?
330.
Thank you, sir.
330.
Thank you.
Luckily for this guy, another officer with a way more clear mind than Mr. Gilpin approached and let him go, free of all charges. Moving on to our next case, in which two officers approached a man who was parked in a handicap spot in front of a 7-Eleven store in Joshua, Texas, and immediately began demanding ID.
Don't run up on me again. Don't ever you run up on me again. Do you understand? Do you understand? And learn the law. And learn the law. And learn the law, and you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
It turned out that the guy they had just approached was a police academy graduate, and unlike them, he actually knows his own rights.
Can we see some ID? No, what for?
I just asked you.
What's your probable cause to ask me for ID?
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. DV, that's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spot.
Let me see some ID, please.
No.
I have never seen anybody wear a police academy
That's your
graduation
business.
after
That's
they
your business.
graduate.
I wear it all the time. Do my training, and I can do that because I'm a graduate. I can wear the uniform.
Have
I
you
can
been
wear it.
certified as a peace
Of course.
officer?
I have my certification. What are you talking about? Why don't you run the plate? Why don't you run the plate? Run the plate, man. I
We
gave
already
you permission.
did.
And what did you see?
Nothing.
You had to see the certification. Contact T-Cole. Why don't you contact them? You saw my name. Call T-Cole.
T-Cole is a regulatory agency for all police officers in Texas, and if you pass a T-Cole test, you're qualified to become a police officer. Based on what we've seen so far, I'm surprised these officers passed at all.
You have no justification of probable cause to run up on me. Yeah.
Who was the academy director when you were there?
Contact them.
Who is it?
Ask him. Navarro College, call him.
Well, the reason I did
Call
that,
him.
I know they just graduated.
Call him. You could have done all of that. You could have done all of that while I was inside.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. I know about Joshua Believe PD. I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
When'd you graduate?
I don't have to tell you anything. Don't ask me any questions because I'm not answering. Yeah. What? Why? You detaining me? No. Then my question is, are you detaining me? Okay, so then don't tell me where to go. No. Okay, well, you need to find out because I'm going to walk away from you, get in my car, and drive away. So you need to find out from him.
Do you mind holding off on leaving until I find out what's going on to see if you ask him? Because as my captain, he's in charge of this.
He's not too smart because first of all, even you know, if I have disabled veteran plate, I can park in a handicapped spot.
Yeah,
even you know
they
that.
just changed
No,
that.
they didn't just change that. It's been that way.
Well, it started in September. It was that way.
No, sir. It's been that way for years. I've had this for 5 years. It's already been that way. And if he's a captain, he should have known that. But he didn't.
This is the first time the Academy graduate is not correct. Since January of 2022, Texas passed a law saying that all disabled veterans who want to park in a handicapped spot need to apply for a placard or a new version of a veteran license plate. But still, we don't know if he had a new or an old version of the plate, making the situation somewhat unclear.
How many black officers you got? One. One. I know. And you barely let him in. And your reputation is already bad. From years ago, you had a corruption scandal. You had to get rid of a lot of your PDs.
That was way before I got here.
And you got one amongst your ranks. Are you finished? I gotta go. Are you finished?
Say 1 second. Where's the corruption scandal? The one where
Did you check T-Code? Did you call Navarro?
he did call Navarro.
Okay, so then you're feeling small now, aren't you?
It's quite evident that the guy is far more qualified to enforce the law than these two officers, and the fact that a non-police officer knows the law better than a police captain is embarrassing in and of itself. But his tasteful comments are like the icing on the cake.
Well, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. That's right. I already told you that. Waste my time and you. You're supposed to be a captain and you don't know the disabled plates have a right to park in a parking spot. And you violating people's rights, running up on them without probable cause. I'm in a uniform doing the same thing for you for free. So what? I don't care what he thinks. I'm a graduate and I have T-Code certification. So I don't care what he says. I don't care what he says. I have T-Code certification. I have T-Code certification. Yes, I do. That's where you checked it. Who says who? My certification doesn't say expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk. Walk of shame. Walk of shame, Captain. Don't run up on me again. Don't ever you run up on me again. Do you understand? Do you understand? And learn the law. And learn the law. And learn the law And you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
The police captain is getting out of control at this point. He can't take in the fact that he just got humiliated, let alone what happens next.
I'm a graduate of the police academy, okay? Just like you years ago. You probably couldn't even pass the test. Right now, you go. You get going. You get going. You get going. I'm a peace officer, and you had no probable cause. You had no probable cause to stop me. You had no probable cause. I have peace officer certification just like you. So go learn the law before you start teaching young people how to do the job. You're a bad example to the young fella over there. You don't even know the rules of parking.
Oh, that is the shamest walk of shame we've ever seen. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one, and don't forget to subscribe.